There are several days in the year that we think about Gandhi, the father of our nation, talk about him, celebrate some of his life. But I think the best way that we can honor Gandhi is by living what he taught us every day of our lives. I'm reminded of a beautiful incident from Gandhi's life. He was traveling by train, and as was his wont, he would sit at the door of the train, legs dangling below. Dangerous, and I wouldn't recommend you try it. But there he was, sitting at the door of the train, and suddenly one of his slippers, his chappals, fell off. Instinctively, Gandhi took his other chappal or slipper and threw it down. The person standing with him asked him, "Gandhi, why did you do that? Why did you throw your other chappal or slipper?" And Gandhi responded, "The poor man who finds that will now have a pair that he can use." It was a beautiful testament to Gandhi's life. For me, that little incident teaches so many things. The first is that these split-second decisions of our lives come because of what the values are in our life. What are the priorities in our life? Gandhi had that priority, had that value. So even when a split-second decision was required, a split-second action was required, it was the right thing that he did, the right thing that he chose. The second lesson for me is that Gandhi always thought about giving rather than getting. Our instinctive reaction if something fell off would be to hold on to the other, to protect the other. But Gandhi chose to give. And I think we've got to ask ourselves in our lives, how much of time do we spend trying to get, to take, versus to give? Gandhi's greatness and Gandhi's richness and Gandhi's legacy was that his was a life where he chose to give. And the third thing was how other-centered Gandhi was. Sometimes in our lives, we're all the time thinking about, what will happen to me here, or what can I get out of this? Gandhi somehow seemed to have changed that view. He was thinking about, how can I impact the other? How can I help the other? How can I make a difference to the other? It reminded me of that beautiful parable from Jesus, the Good Samaritan. There's a man who's been robbed and attacked, and two people pass by, but they really can't be bothered. They are worried about, what will happen, so they walk past. Finally, the Good Samaritan stops and helps the man. Bishop Fulton Sheen spoke about the difference in the attitude. The first two people continued walking because the question they asked is, what will happen to me if I stop? Whereas the Good Samaritan asked, what will happen to him if I don't stop? And I think that's what Gandhi lived. He focused on the other. So those are three lovely lessons from that little incident that means so much to me, and I hope they will inspire and influence your life. Happy Gandhi Jayanthi every day of our lives.